King Alcohol has many forms by which he catches man. He is a beast of many horns, and ever thus has been.
For there's rum,
and gin,
and beer,
and wine, and brandy of logwood hue,
and hawk,
and port,
and flip combined
to make a man look blue.
He says be merry,
For his good sherry,
and Tom and Jerry,
champagne and perry,
and spirits of every hue. Oh, are not these a fiendish crew, as ever a mortal knew? Oh, are not these a fiendish...
Well, howdy, folks. We are back. We're at Grand Junction Brewery.
Where did we go, Cowboy?
What?
Where did we go since we're back?
I mean, off air usually.
Oh, okay. I was just curious if we
We
went
just
somewhere that I
sit here
missed.
when the mics go dead for the following week.
Sadly drinking alone at home. I don't know if you all can hear this, but we're at Grand Junction Brewery on a night that they're supposedly closed.
This is true.
Yeah, that's true.
I love every minute of this. We get the message earlier. It says, VIP members will be there. Thinking, all right, cool, yeah, small turnout. No, this place is packed. This is fantastic. I mean, you guys have a really great support system here.
We do.
Yeah, Wesfield apparently loves
Both
you.
ways.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how many places, most VIPs, you get a mug and a T-shirt and
Slap on
thanks,
the ass
give us
and thank
$50
you.
next year too. So it was very, very cool coming in here and seeing you guys talked about what's going on with you guys have a new facility, which we'll get into more. But a very cool meeting with the VIP. Do you guys do that often or?
Oh, every Grand Junction we do give everybody the information they need to know, especially right now because we are down.
Yeah.
Until I can produce beer, it's kind
Kind of hard to run a brewery without
There's
beer.
a couple guest taps. What's going on? Gotta make sure we know what's going on, at least to our customers, at least to the loyal customers that we have.
Right.
That come in day to day and they see that. We want to at least reach out to them and say, hey, it's okay. We got a lot of beer coming. Trust me.
We've got other beer, I promise.
It's a lot of that facility's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
So to back up for just a second, the new voices you're hearing are the head brewer,
Oh,
Shawn.
yeah. Let's do that.
Let's do that. Shawn, go ahead and introduce yourself real quick.
My name is Shawn Kessel. I'm the head brewer, operating partner with Grand Junction. Other partners are Jon Knight. I sit here and I make the beer.
You got the best job.
I got one of the best jobs in the world. Yeah.
Yes.
I left IT, left tech support for 20 years to make beer for a living. It's been really fun. Great step for at least 2.5 years that we've been in business. It's been a ball.
Yeah.
And just because he can do it doesn't mean you can.
No. Yeah. You have to do it. You have to do it yourself. Yeah. Homebrewed for 6 years, so got bit by the bug and just wanted to keep brewing really authentic beers. Get back to the basic type styles of beers. There's a ton of them, and a lot of them get shined. I mean, we have one showcased for tonight. It's our Orange Bird on the Boat. What we did was took Columbus, Falconer's Flight, Bavarian Mary,
Mandarin Bavaria.
There you go. The person you're talking to right now is Mike. He's my new assistant brewer.
Hi.
Hi, Mike.
You have a sexy voice, man.
Thank you.
There you go.
I'm starting to think Mike just follows us around because we've seen Mike.
Yes, it has been said that I am a bit of a brewery whore.
Let's just say you make your rounds.
He does put it out there for you.
I do. I'm not one to shy away from anything, that's for sure. Nope. Mike Hofferman. I am currently serving as Shawn's monkey, assistant brewer, cellarman, general contractor.
That's been
squeegee
fun.
monkey.
The general contracting's been fun.
Yeah,
That's
general contract for 2.5 months, but glad to be here. Dig what these guys are doing. You guys brought it up. They're very tied into the community. For the other breweries I've been to, everybody's tried to get really tied into the community. These guys have nailed it. Over 2 years old, and they get huge backing from the community just with the expansion that we've been able to do. And with the community behind us the whole way has been outstanding.
So speaking a little bit about the expansion, we're moving from a 2,000 square foot production facility to a 10,000 with a tap room included to it. So we got a lot of beer to make anyways. It's been fun. Just through this place alone, we take out about 8 barrels of empties every week. So we do have the backing of the community that we have, and it's great because they love our beer. If they didn't, they wouldn't come along.
Right. Wouldn't be expanding.
And it makes my heart actually big for that reason, because a lot of people do support us to give back. We built that nice 10,000 square foot place, and we're going to ramp up from 47 barrels a month to about 140 a month. So it's going to be exciting.
Now, for our listeners that don't know where you're expanding to, can you let them know where the new facility is going to be at?
Yes, it's 181st and Wheeler Road, or really close to Grand Park, the entrance.
Oh, okay.
Literally, if you take, obviously people on the radio or listen to this can't see it, but we're on Union Street downtown Westfield. If you just take that north from our location, take it to 181st, hang a left, go underneath the bridge of 31. We're on the left in a red building, so you can't really miss us. And it's a big red building. So.
Excellent.
Very red.
Yeah, very red. Yeah.
Soon to have a big Grand Junction logo on the side of it.
Soon to have that once we get out there, probably in the spring or so. When earlier we said probably January or so that we're going to be open to the public on that. So we'll probably have that logo, the logo up there.
Right on.
Well, you started to talk about, in the background you can hear all the VIP members here. They came out not just to see us, but there was you started to touch on it, a new double IPA that you guys brewed. So kind of tell us a little more about that.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
There's since I have been down in production, basically whenever you move on and get to a bigger place, you got to rip down that brewery and move it to another location. It's not fun. It's one of the most grueling processes you can ever go through. I know Mike here, the first day here, he literally took a picture of a back of a moving van saying, literally, this is the brewery. And
Day
we're
one.
moving.
Unplugged
Day
brewery
one.
put on truck.
Yeah, that was funny as
Sucker,
all.
we just hired you to move shit.
Just move. Yeah,
It's a general contractor, man.
contractor.
General contractor.
So we were down for a long time. For me, for at least brewing, I brewed every day. With that said, basically from that point on, we knew you guys were coming up. We wanted to make, especially for a Junction Club event like this, we always make new beers for Junction Club events. We always want to put something new out there.
Can you do one of those once a week?
I wish I could.
Yeah.
Wish I could.
Patience.
Very patient. Yeah. We have a lot of play. Once we get over that and that thing gets running, it's going to be extremely fun for me. I do a lot of recipe designs, and it's fun to put it all together. It's like a chef putting a meal together. I love putting beer together, formulating it, and having everybody taste it and enjoy it. But the beer that we decided to make was a double IPA. The hops I use, I've always wanted to use the combination of hops. It's Columbus, Falconer's Flight, which if anybody's familiar with Falconer's Flight out there, it's what we call Falconer's Flight 7C. So it's got all the C, really good hops in there. Columbus also is in there. Citra, Centennial, Cascade, all the nice American hops are in there, and a few other ones, and it's a blend. So it's unique every year on the alpha acid you get, and also the flavoring you get, and whatever you get off that hop. It's not utilized as well as it should. So I really want to always go back to that one just to help it along, because it is a damn good hop. I love that hop.
You sold me on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You get Columbus and then added to that, so you amplify it a little bit more, and you got Mandarin Bavaria, which is very tangerine-ish.
Oh, yeah.
On top of it. You just get basically a citrus bomb, great fruit in your face, and that's what I wanted to design this beer for. It's a double IPA, 9.5%, 96 IBUs, but it's flavorful, and it just hits you right in the right notes.
Yeah, and it was very cool. We all kind of mentioned at first you get that. You bring it up, you get the aroma at first. That citrus hits you, and it kind of sweet and tangerine, and it's like, wow. Then as soon as you taste it, wow, that hop hits you, and it just really changes the profile and everything on that beer. Very, very different, but at 95 IBUs is amazing. That's still that smooth, and the hops hit me in the end. That's for sure.
Exactly.
I got that dryness in the back.
And it had the hop bitter, but it didn't stick with you.
Exactly. And that's the thing. I'm not a big IPA guy anyway. I would order that. I would sit and drink that and enjoy that. That's again with kind of what Brendan was saying. I mean, that aroma and then that first hit of it and everything was kind of it didn't quite match what the aroma was. I was expecting something a little sweeter, and it was just so smooth and balanced. I really enjoyed that. So well done, guys.
Balance is key, man.
Absolutely.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Drinkability.
Yeah, I was going to say drinkability. I am not a hop guy. My input in this beer was with Shawn, balance, malt backbone. You got to have both. I'm a strong believer in that, and I changed Shawn a little bit. Shawn wanted a dry hop. We did late edition bombing.
Actually worked out very well.
Yeah, did late edition bombing because we needed all the volume we could get, obviously. So it came out really well. It is very dark.
Yes, it is,
but,
very much so.
But to make that, we had to use a little, more malted malts, if you will, to get that balance because of 95 IBUs, 9.5%. You got to have that to get there. So.
Yeah.
I mean, it almost looks like a traditional lager.
Yeah.
Which is funny. I get a lot of almost like a sweetness, like a rye out of this, or like a caramely rye.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's going on with it. Even so much, you kind of get almost like a throat burn, like a whiskey. and I don't know how that's coming out, but it is, and it's fantastic.
It's almost like the hop is working with that citrus.
I know.
It almost gets. I got that same thing as a little. It tasted rye almost, but
It's fantastic.
Which
it's a
is
killer,
great
killer beer.
because I'm the rye guy. I mean, Mullins down at Boat Double
Yeah,
Brewery,
yeah.
him and I are the same way. I make an authentic German Rogan here. That's 63% rye. So
Really?
having rye in my life, and I'm glad you bring it up
Yeah.
because it didn't have rye in this one. The Russian Imperial Radio Moscow has rye in it.
That's one I'm going to move to later.
Because I'm literally like Mullins a little bit. If
Yeah.
you've been around him, I'm the other guy. I'm the other rye guy.
Yep, Jonathan's been on our show. We've done a show down there with him as
Yeah.
well. So
We're sorry. I'm sorry to hear about that.
All right, next topic.
So we actually met you guys for the first time down at Noblesville Brewfest.
Yes.
We heard about you, and we just have a lot of breweries that we go to, and we met you guys at Noblesville Brewfest, and after that we're like, we have to get up there. These guys are awesome. They're a lot of fun. When you guys came on the show down there, we tasted your beers down there. We're like, damn, they're making good beer, and they're a lot of fun. We've got to get up there and see what this place is all about, and I'm glad we did. I mean, this place it's fantastic. It's kind of reminds me of an English style pub. This tap room is what it's the feel you get when you walk in,
Yep.
like an old school English pub, which is awesome. You guys have a great selection of your own beers. You have a couple of guest taps right now.
Yep.
Which is good, and you guys chose really good guest taps. Les Maison,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
one of my favorite ones right there. So
Well, when they run out, if we do run out of beer, we do put Mike and I will put the input in and say these are the ones that we want. There's actually one in the back that you guys we traded for the Dippa that's on right now. Is Broad Ripple Brew Pub's.
Speaking of Mullins,
speaking of Mullins, it's his alt beer.
Really?
Which
Yeah.
is phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's sitting in the back because we want to give back to the community. If we have to reach out, I want to give back to the people that are foundation.
right, exactly.
Especially the indie brew scene is
It's fantastic.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
we've talked about this on the show many times, how well the scene here is. Everybody's willing to work with everybody for the most part. There's a few breweries out there that aren't, but it's a great community around here, and I love seeing it. I mean, Brennan, you can attest. Michigan, a lot of them don't necessarily talk fond of each other as much as they do around here.
there's some places I'm sure they do, but yeah, we've been in some big brew towns that are almost in competition, and they talk kind of down to the local breweries, and you don't see that here, so it's very odd, especially now. Seeing that elsewhere, as much as we're doing a show, it's weird to see that outside of it. You don't see it like you do in Indianapolis, so it's very cool.
That's kind of what I love it here. It's awesome here. I mean, all the people I know, just by knowing them through things that I've done in my life. I mean, I was a home brewer, and what was unique about me is I just happened to win one competition with the Ram, and Andrew Kastner and Chris Knott.
Yeah.
Both worked there at the time. I won the rye competition there for the Rogan beer. So I got to brew at the Ram the Rogan beer. And that got me introduced to at least a couple key players. And then once they moved on and branched out, I mean, you got Chris Knott's at Flicks doing very well.
Yeah.
Running some GABF medals. You got Kastner on the South End in Greenwood, which is doing very well for himself, getting ready to open his second location. Doing very well. Yeah. Downtown Delaware, I believe.
Yeah.
Kastner, if you hear this, tell me if I'm wrong. But I think it's on Delaware. I don't know the exact address, but I love his beer too. He's I saw from a production standpoint, at least from a brewer standpoint, how well to brew beer from some of the key players out there.
Yeah.
And just going around, just talking to people. If you got a problem, or even if you don't, just want to talk. Everybody here in the indie brew scene is there to listen,
right,
and to help you out if you have an issue.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's like anything else. That's good competition where everybody wants to keep making better beer. And
we all make the same box,
right?
But we all do it a little different,
right?
Exactly.
And that's what's fun about it. I mean, everybody does a Scottish ale, but everybody does it a slightly different. What I used to tell people when they walked into Great Fermentations when I worked down there was, you can ask 10 different brewers a question and get 14 different answers. There's never a right way to do it. It's whatever fits you.
Yeah.
And that's what I've taken from it.
And that's what I was going to say. Is there's an infinitesimal amount of different combinations you can make with every different beer.
Time out.
What?
Let's go back to that.
Yeah.
Did you get a word
Spell
of the
that.
day calendar?
No, I didn't. But I'm just
Did you
saying.
get the Sarah Palin dictionary before you came on?
It sounded good, didn't it?
I mean, it sounded really good. I'm not gonna lie, but I got to call you out on it.
Look it up. Infinitesimal.
I agree. It's probably a word, and I'm not gonna look it up. I'm just assuming. You got a word of the day calendar.
I do not have a word of the day calendar, and why would I pull that one out?
I don't know.
Anyway,
That's why we're asking.
There are
Because
many.
every day you're challenged to use that word in every day.
Would you prefer me to? Okay.
Check mark.
There are many different ways to brew every different style of beer. Therefore, there's no need to be rude to other brewers because everybody's doing it just a little bit different. It doesn't mean anybody's beer is bad or whatever. It just means it's a little bit different than the other style. So I agree with you. I mean, I think there's room for many, many great breweries in the city, and we have some. We have a few that aren't, but most of them are really good breweries.
There's this pie, and I think as a general whole, craft beer is taking over a lot of that pie. There's so many slices of that damn pie to take over. Let's all work together. Let's overthrow that big hunk in the middle that is trying to still take over the world.
Well, I mean, just look how intertwined, some of the other places we've been. I mean, you talk about Jonathan Mullins, you talk about Anita. I mean, we've done shows with both of them. The first time we met you, Mike, was at Flat 12.
Yep.
We've all kind of had these different experiences with different people. We, met you at Noblesville Brewfest, and now we're here. And I don't know where I'm going with this, but hell, it's cool.
But hell, it's cool. No, I
I
mean,
mean, it's just neat how everybody knows each other and gets along.
I mean, it's just like
just
saying
stamp it
anybody from Oak and Barrel.
Oh, yeah.
Oak and Barrel has branched so many brewers out
Yeah.
from them. But I
yeah.
mean, a lot of people underneath Anita have done the same thing.
Yep.
I mean, it's
I'm one of them.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
mean,
love
exactly.
about it.
I mean-
I'm one of the many that have gone through it.
Right.
and that. I mean, think about. I mean, most of the brewers in town. That's how they've all started. There's a core.
Yeah,
and
there's-
everything kind of branches off that.
There's some names you always hear on every show is either Anita, Ron Smith,
Uh-huh,
Oak
absolutely.
and Barrel. I mean, those are names that you always hear. The Ram even because they were some of the first ones here. So it's funny to hear some of the guys. As much as we go, that you always hear those certain names. At least back to the roots.
Yeah.
And if
So
you
it's
don't
great.
hear those names, you're like, oh, wait a minute.
Not
time
that we're
out."
calling you old. But it's cool, people always talk about you talk about the slice of the pie, and the brewery business is there's the bubble and it's going to burst someday. And I kind of
hope to
thought
God
that
it
too, but now you start thinking more about it. It's like, why does it have to burst? Because you think there's a frickin' Pizza Hut and a goddamn TGI's in every goddamn corner. Well, let's just start replacing them with more breweries, and because not just do they have great beer, there's breweries now are focusing on great food as well, and so. You don't have to go into these corporate places and get a piece of crap, to go with a Bud Light. You can go into a brewery and get good food and good beer, and it's wide open still for what we can do in the city and all around.
And every brew pub is a little different, especially in their food fare as well.
Yeah.
I maybe enjoy a pizza at this particular place, right? And I enjoy the wings at another place, and I can go to either one and have a good beer, have a good, have some good food, and kind of go every different day of the week to somewhere else that's different but still excellent. Yeah. So I don't see a burst anytime soon. I mean, there's a lot of good places, but they're all enough different that there's plenty of room for everybody.
Also, I think you guys did one of the great things. I mean, you branched out of indie. I mean, you're still within indie.
We're still there. Yep.
But I mean, you're
far,
branching
we're
out.
pretty far enough. There's some friends of mine that don't go above 96th Street. They will not come up here. I actually
It's like a black
found out
void. Yeah.
this weekend. One of my friends came up here, and I was like, "Wow, you're above 96th Street. How did that happen?"
How did that happen?
I'm like, "Wow."
But I love that. I mean, Taxman did the same thing. I mean, well, except for they went way out fucking left field. Same theory. I mean, you go out and you get the community around you, and then you build upon that, and all of a sudden, indie comes to you. Mm-hmm. I think it's a great thing, and so that bubble just to me keeps just getting bigger. I mean,
it
let's
does.
just
I
keep
mean,
going
the
with it.
bubble talk, I hear it a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you do. Yeah.
I know one person that I've seen text, in a forum and stuff like that, has talked about it too. And there's a bubble, and if you want to talk about it, but that's if you're scared. I mean, I hope there is a brewery on every corner. I don't. It doesn't affect me and how I want to brew my beer. It's me coming to you guys. If you like mine, you'll come here. If not, you'll go to someone else if someone else has a better beer. That's what the whole community is about. that bubble to me, the only way that does is if every brewery that launches wants to be a production brewery. They want to produce everything in cans and kegs and get taps and taps and taps. There's not a lot of tap space.
Right.
So that's a bubble if you want to look at it.
Right.
But if you look at it from what you can do in your tap house and what you can pull through it here, at least for Grand Junction, what we have here at the actual main pub itself has got 15 of our own beers on when we're fully rocking and going.
Right.
At the new place, it's 25 taps. So between that, if you add them all together, that's a crap ton of beer.
It's a lot of work.
And it's been fun, but it's just a crap ton of beer when you look at it that way. So, they're all different. They're all a little different here and there.
Yeah.
If someone wants to launch a new one, that's great. I wish them well. I've seen it from 2.5 years of doing this. It's a gauntlet. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Pay's not that great, but it's something that's passionable.
Yeah.
I have a passion for beer. Always have and always will. And I just love the fact that I can create something that someone enjoys.
Yeah.
And do that. So I hope other people are doing that. But that's what I look at the bubble as. I don't look at the bubble as going to burst. I think it's just going to get bigger, like you said.
Right.
Absolutely.
It's just going to keep growing.
Yeah.
There's 4,300 now breweries in
Yeah.
the United
It's
States,
amazing.
I think, or something
Yeah.
like that.
It's
Let's
amazing.
keep going, baby.
It's just keep going. We're finally above that prohibition.
Right.
We're back to that,
Right.
which I love. I mean, I love bringing it back, and that brings it back to it. Especially if you have so many of us, what are you going to brew today? Are you going to keep
That's
brewing
right.
a double IPA? I like changing it up. I like always changing and moving on. We have our staple beers that will always be on, but then on top of that, you got to brew something else. There's so many styles out there that you can brew and see if you can brew well. I mean, if
Right.
you can't, then you figured it out that you can't. But I love brewing every type of style. It's just there's something that at the end of the day when you taste a new style that you've never brewed before and you hit the tasting notes and you're like, wow, that hit that fucker right on the head.
Well, and then that makes you possibly want to change something else you've already done to say, hey, let's try this.
Always. You're always learning. Something
hell, there's
always
new beer,
changes.
you know?
There's
Well,
always something.
And like we talked earlier, if we all decide to go out to Grand Junction one night or beer or whatever, that's 4 12-packs that I guarantee AB didn't sell them that night. So that's a win-win for everybody.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Well, that is true. I mean, that's another thing that goes to your local community, and it's not enough said about going to stay out of the corporate places and going to those local breweries, and they got great food and great beer. So why go anywhere else?
And we consider ourselves a craft beer, craft spirit show. I mean, really and truly, we're a local show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're all about buying local, drinking local, eating local. And that's what I think that's what the brewery community is about anymore. It really is. I mean, you guys do things probably with meats around town, or I mean, I guarantee it.
Yeah, we do. We have Burlington Meats is who does our meats.
Perfect.
We try as much as we can.
Yeah.
There's some stuff that you can't get around unless you
Right.
want to pay a little bit more, and it's a little heartbreaking because I would love to work with some.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But it's like at the end of the day, it's got to be the bottom line. But
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
at least here we do most of our meats, all of our. I know our tenderloin and all that's all through Burlington.
Speaking of the tenderloin,
It's good. It's as big as your head, and it's 2 meals in itself.
Rick,
2 or 3.
Rick, get over to Grand Junction, try out the tenderloin, buddy.
It's fabulous.
Yeah.
So we talked a lot about, you got a lot of VIP members in here tonight. Talk a little bit about what that VIP membership entails. What do some of those members get?
It entails pretty much a lot.
All that
You
right
get
there?
a lot out of it. It's a fun way. We tried doing not the normal on a junction club, just not getting a mug or anything like that. We want to give you the full on experience of what it is to be a brewery, and we offer brew a day with the brewers and things like that.
Oh, nice.
Kind of keep it, try to keep people informed, especially teaching. 'Cause I love teaching people how to brew beer. You know,
Right.
it's-
Hey, what are
Yeah.
you doing this Tuesday? Or this Thursday, sorry.
This Thursday?
We aren't doing anything Thursday.
Oh, yeah, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, we're not brewing.
I'm hoping to brew. That's what I'm hoping. We'll go.
So were we.
Yeah.
So
Another week.
maybe not on your scale, but
Yeah.
wow, this is
Always
actually
on-
really cool. $1 off pints always.
Yep.
$2 off growler fills always. $1 off bullet fills always. 10% off food always. That's stellar.
Yeah.
And how much is the program?
$100.
Okay.
That's not bad.
We
can make that up.
I was gonna say some of the local, the loyal ones that come in, they figured it out. They get their money back pretty quick.
Pretty quick.
I mean, it's fast. It's pretty quick. What you can do, especially if you come trivia nights on Thursdays and things like that. I mean, you can really tear through that and make your money back.
By the time I would make it my goal to tear through that $100 thing in one night. See if we can do that.
So to not, if that's not enough, we also have a point system that we use. You can sign up for it. For every, I believe it's $200 you spend, you get $20 back to you.
Oh, wow.
So
Holy moly.
Yeah, so our Junction Club members, they know, if you will, how to work the system, but that's why it's there. We want that. We want the same people in here. You described it earlier as an English pub. That's what John wants.
Right.
We want that. We want people to be comfortable here. We want it, pardon the cliche, we want cheers.
Yeah,
we want an English cheers, if you will. That's
right.
that's what John wants.
You want Norm sitting at the end of your
Exactly.
bar. Yeah.
Exactly.
So something a little different too that I noticed here after I started reading the fine print at the bottom. It's a very exclusive club. They cap it at the first 300 people per year that enroll.
Yes.
Holy moly, we got to act fast.
That's pretty incredible. So it's at most you have 300 VIPs at any time.
Yep.
That's pretty cool because then that makes it a little bit more personable too.
Yep.
Exactly, and that's the thing. Everything that goes into it. events like this. Shawn and I always being here. John being here, keeping everybody filled in. It's nice in the pocketbook. Plus, it gives you the ability to feel like, you have a little bit of ownership. You know what's going on. People are filling you in. You're getting to talk to the brewer. You can get your questions answered. Shawn's a home brewer, so I'm sure Shawn gets questions about home brewing here and there from members too, which I know he's more than happy to help with.
Yeah, because you got to do it.
Yes, true.
I'll tell you all my secrets, but you physically have to do it. So.
And what's funny, as I mentioned earlier, we do homebrew ourselves. We just started this summer, actually I guess last spring. We'll be back up here and running in a couple weeks. And we take our beers to people that we meet, like Dan Gore, for example, up at Redemption.
I like Dan.
And love Dan to death. Give him our beer, and he'll tell us brutally honestly how good it is, and that's what we want. If he likes it, he'll be like, yeah, you're heading the right direction. If it sucks, he'll be like, Jordan, seriously, did you really make me drink that shit? I mean, he doesn't care. It's Dan.
Dan always holds back. Dan's a very, very quiet individual.
Especially on the
very humble.
Yes, very much so, obviously.
That's actually what got me going, or at least with Anita on my side of it. She was brutally honest. I mean, you walked in, you can either get two ways. Do you want me to sugarcoat it or tell you it's really shitty?
Can we go to the shitter?
Tell me how shitty it is. That way I can get better because I don't want to keep throwing money in this hobby.
Exactly.
And get crap, and then all my friends look like I'm an idiot and they can't brew a beer. So you can go that route.
You still got to drink it.
You still got to drink it. You still got five. At least if you do 5 gallons, you still got 5 gallons worth of beer to drink. And suffer through if it's shitty. Try not to make shitty beer.
Unless it sours, then it's really hard to get through it.
It is in one night. Yeah. 5 gallons is pretty hard. Yeah. So I can crush a keg. I don't know.
Now that's something you guys haven't played with here. Is it sours at all, or
No, sours themselves.
does it even interest you at all?
Oh, they do interest me. At least the kettle versions, the ones that are a little safer to run through a freaking production brewery. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of, at least talk now about certain other ones you can actually kind of run through too. But sours do intrigue me. I love them. I love them to death. I like drinking them. Place that does pretty well ones, is Central State. They do very well on what they do.
Great ones. Yep.
And I just bumped in at Great Fermentations Chris Bly the other day. And we were talking about it. I love everything they do because it's something that I'm not doing through mine. It's that different what people do, but it does intrigue me. I'll probably end up doing some kettle sours, but the information will be out there, not just calling it sour, because I know that does piss people off, and you got to at least tell them what type of sour it is.
Oh yeah.
I mean, kettle souring. I mean, you're going to boil it and kill it and not infect anything. You'll just kill it off. And be done with it. So
now is probably a good time to tell Shawn that as soon as the one barrel pilot system is up and running, I will be doing kettle sours.
Yes. Oh, really? Quick.
Oh, by the way,
I hope so.
So
BT Dubs.
It's funny though. There's people who have a very negative aspect when you talk about sours. They're turned off by them.
Cowboys one.
And what
that is the one style of beer that I just cannot get over.
No.
I haven't had one that I
purposely
agree
making
with you.
it sour.
I know it's so weird to me. The bad thing is, I don't consider myself an IPA guy or a stout guy or a porter guy I'm a beer guy. I love most beers, I guess. I thought it was all beers up until I found sours.
I think for me, I had the first time I had one, I thought, wow, that's just bizarre. It's not a beer. But you kind of have to step outside of that realm of what you thought it should be, maybe. And because I've had some fantastic. Central State does some amazing ones. Distilled, I think in Illinois, does some great Goza and some fantastic sours. Again, like anything else, if the beer is good, it's good. But I know he doesn't have any sour notes in that.
No. But if our fifth guy was here, he loves sours.
He
does.
Them,
He
absolutely loves them.
And I've read up on a lot of it, and people say that when they first got in sours, they had to tell themselves, "This is not beer. Just drink it. You'll enjoy it."
Well, I want a beer.
like they had to force themselves into saying, "This is not beer. You will get over this." And they eventually say, "Oh, this is really killer," and it is a beer to them, But I've tried.
But that's like anything else.
Really tried.
You gotta look like I said when I first I grew up with PBR and Guinness, and anything outside of that, an IPA was like, ooh, that's not beer. That's what
Yeah.
Now that all that's gone because your palate does change. You start trying new stuff and letting the doors open and keep trying new beers. So I hated IPAs, and now there's fantastic guys. That's a stupid statement to ever say that.
That is a stupid statement. Yeah.
And in all fairness, though, if one of your first sours was Distill's Here Goes a Nothing, that is a very tough sour stout. That is very lactic.
Yeah.
That is very, very tart, man. That is one tart ass beer.
Cowboy's a little bit afraid though. So when our beer soured, not intentionally, we opened up the fermenter and we had these big white chunks of shit floating in it, and we're like, uh-oh.
The pellicle.
Is that what it's called?
Yes,
Okay, see, we learn something every day. And we're like, Brendan and I are like, well, we got to taste it. Cowboy's like, nope, I'm not tasting that. So we dug down underneath it. We got some out, and we drank it.
Yep.
It wasn't good.
Yep.
But he refused. He's like, nope, not tasting that. I'm like, dude, you have to.
I've actually, I feel like I've earned not having to taste shitty beer.
I always go by this rule of thumb: there's nothing in a beer that can kill you.
Oh no,
And
I get that.
That's what I look at.
That sounds like Anita.
Yeah,
It is. Yeah, there's a lot of that going there. But there was a guy that came into Great Fermentations that had just went to a house and bought the house and went to the basement, and there was boxes and boxes of beer. Don't know what it is. But must have been homebrew, and it was like it was like 50 years. You can tell it was like buried. And he brought it in just to get rid of the bottles. And me and this other guy called Will,
we got to try this.
We were like, well, we got what is it? You start thinking and rolling.
This could be the best beer ever.
It was shitty, but tardy, but shitty. So it was something that was infected, and that's probably why the guy got out of the hobby. But it was not right.
Easy, they're sitting right there.
It really was just about 6 months ago. Don't worry about it.
It's okay. Dagger. But yeah, no. Yeah.
But no, it sucks that you had an infection, but I'm glad that you did, because now you guys can relate to, in some ways, what if that happens to Shawn and I, we're up the we're fucked.
I'm glad we had it so soon, because
you guys
we're
depend
young
on
doing
selling
this.
that.
Exactly.
Ours, we just pour it down in the grass. All that good.
Try to do that with 200 and some odd gallons.
So government comes after you a little
What
bit.
is that white shit on top? What is exactly?
It's called Pelican. It really is.
It's a pellicle. So basically, what it is it's that yeast is
bacteria.
eating, and what it's doing is it's forming that layer. So when you do like a goose or a very long souring, so not a kettle sour, not a big lactic super bitey
like
sour,
a Flanders.
but Flanders and Oud Bruin, more that long-term sour, that kind of a lot more funkiness like you get in some Central States beers with the bread. What that is basically what it's doing is it's sealing itself, and it's eating. It's still fermenting, but it's fermenting very, very slow, and basically it does that as a protector. It's a protection for itself. So it's pretty awesome.
And ultimately,
sour
that
beers are
gravity-
really fun, man, because it's totally different. And a sour beer can taste like absolute garbage 1 week, and you can come back 2 weeks later, and it's outstanding.
Oh, so what you're saying is we shouldn't have thrown it away. We should try it a week later.
Well, now, it all depends if you meant to make it sour.
We were making.
Yeah, we totally meant for that to happen. We were planning on throwing a bunch of apple juice in it later.
We named it the unintentional sour.
And it happens.
and then poured it out.
Well, the ale, it happened twice, which is how we knew we had an infection somewhere.
Yeah.
The ale that soured was not too bad. It was drinkable. I saved a few bottles of it.
Yep.
The second one that soured was a stout. And a sour stout, not so good soured.
No, that ale sucked. That ale was horrible.
My palate has not had one of those yet, so I
It tasted like sour green apples. It was like a sour green apple Jolly Rancher is what it tastes like.
Yep.
So you guys want to try it? We kept the.
We got one here with us right now, actually.
I will always try beer.
Drink them if you got them, boys.
I don't
I
care.
still have
it's got
the-
alcohol in it, right?
Oh yeah, I have the ale at home still in a bottle. Yeah, a couple of bottles actually. Of it.
Are
I
you
kept
kidding
that.
me?
No, I kept some of the sour. It's the one with the pink sticker. If you go in my
yeah.
fridge,
No, I remember. Yeah.
that's the one to.
Keep it in your fridge so it doesn't explode.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, definitely.
yeah. We learned that we have some carbonation issues with home brewing because we're still learning. Obviously, as we go along, we're still using bottles, so carbonation sucks, and we've learned
Oh,
that.
it always has. Yeah.
So we can't wait to be
Yeah.
keggers.
I always try to
hard.
upsell that kegerator when I could.
Yeah.
When I'm like, you need a keg. It's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be-
Yeah.
You can bottle off kegging. You can do whatever. Just keg.
Well, some of us wanted to do kegging from the start, and I was told no.
And the plot thickens.
It's not expensive. I only spent $1,000 on my 6-tap kegerator. I mean, come on.
I'm not even. Yeah.
We've already thrown away more than.
Oh yeah. Stupid bottles.
Bottles are cheap though.
Well, they are. They are. Especially.
$12 for a 24 pack.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
yeah.
fine. That's fine.
But the whole process of doing it just
Oh, it
sucks.
sucks. There's
Yeah.
nothing. I do not like bottling. I'd rather have a machine do it.
Yeah,
for me.
yeah.
Yes.
And we to bring up bottling, it's going to be fun because we do have that Radio Moscow, and I got to plug it because that Radio Moscow is fucking good if you haven't had it.
Oh no, that's
that's
happening.
next.
real
I can't
soon.
wait to have
I
that.
love that beer. It's really fun.
Especially when you told
but
me there was
I
rye,
did
so
barrel
yeah.
age that damn beer, and I got to put it in bombers, so I physically have to touch every bottle. So it's going to be fun. So it's going to be bottled here.
It's not going to be that bad, Sean.
No, it
I
should.
did the first sanitarium bottling. I was part of a beer of 724 bottles.
Yeah, that's fun.
Every bottle was touched 9 times. 9.
Damn.
I gotta
Yes.
say though, I
Holy
love
shit.
sanitarium.
Oh,
That's-
it's good.
It's amazing. stuff.
It has medals for a reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's reasons why.
Yeah.
It's an outstanding beer.
And speaking of community, I know Darren's amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So what's the
Jerry
Grand
won't
Junction?
let Darren come on our show. Just
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
know.
We,
I don't know why.
Jerry's like, no, you won't ever talk to him.
Nope, he won't. He
Not on
refuses.
there
He
anyway.
keeps
no.
them secret. Is what it is.
Like he keeps him like tucked in this corner.
Like Boo Radley or something.
I picture him like
chained up.
I picture him chained to the damn wall.
Well, I can tell you, from working with Darren, if everything was made of stainless, he'd probably be interested because that's Darren's happy space, man, is
Stainless.
being all around stainless, man. Like I said, I cut my teeth there. I'm very happy I did. I don't think I would have the ethic and anger to make beer that I do, man, if it weren't for Darren. It wasn't fun, but it shouldn't be fun. We get to do a job that I don't have to sit behind a damn desk, man. Like
Yeah.
Sean mentioned it, we may not make a lot of money, but I don't have to sit behind a desk or stare at a computer, man.
Boy, do I love that. I love that every day that I go in and I'm like, wow, okay. Play loud fucking music
Yep.
and make fucking beer. Just let's go.
It's a good day.
Let's go. It's-
Rinse,
Every
wash,
day's a good
repeat.
day.
Yeah, and it's fun. And that's what I love about it. And then I crank the loudest music I can, whatever that is, and just fucking go to town. Just have fun.
Grind,
So you
grind,
guys
grind.
did recently get new beer. What is your guys' go-to here?
Honestly, man, so I've been here for a little over 2 months now. I can't quit Sean's Porter.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a delicious
fantastic.
beer.
Yeah. And you guys keep it on nitro, which
Yep.
is fantastic.
Yes.
It works.
Even though Mike
It's
is trying to
great.
get me to come off nitro.
Really?
We can split the batch in half. We can do a batch, but I just want to try it not nitro because it's outstanding nitro.
I had it not nitro, so sorry.
Sorry, not coming off nitro.
New guy problems.
We can do it. All it does, and I'll tell you the taste profile though. It's just you lose a lot of the chocolate. That's all it is.
That's fair.
If you're
I like
missing that,
chocolate.
you're missing the chocolate. The nitro brings that smooth chocolate
Yep.
out. It does silky.
Yeah.
It makes it silky smooth chocolate.
Yep.
That's what it does, and that's why.
That sounds nice,
yeah,
Sean.
oh yeah, silky, silky.
Silky.
Brings me back to Saturday Night Live skit. The salty balls.
Yeah.
Sweaty
Sweaty
balls.
balls.
Sweaty balls.
You like my?
I've been doing the oatmeal on the nitro, and it's amazing.
Yeah,
as
the
well. I
oatmeal,
love it. I think
yeah.
it's fantastic. I mean,
That imperfect
Yep,
Backside.
Imperfect
Backside, yeah. It's
The
If that's
name-
if that's an imperfect backside, I want to see the perfect one.
yeah, delicious.
My go-to beer is actually the one that's Hoosier Pride.
Yeah?
It's a cream ale. It was my family, basically what I brewed. To give you a little history, my wife's parents used to just drink, and they still drink a ton of beer.
Good
and
for them.
When I met them, I wasn't a beer drinker. I didn't come from a beer drinking family. So going over to their house was like, you're crushing 10. Holy cow! And that's only the first hour. And you're like, I can't keep up. So what can I do? And what transpired was once I got into home brewing, I was tired of them bringing Coors Light to the house. I was always tired of them buying beer. I'm like, I brew. What can I make you to stop doing that? I got 6 taps. I mean, is there something I can make?
Just tell me.
That could do it. They keep pointing to Coors Light. I'm like, well, I'm not going to freaking make that shit. So, not going to make it. It's fuzzy yellow water. Okay, whippy. Okay. So what I did design was a pre-prohibition cream ale that I love. It's 6-row and flake corn and dextrose. It's just your basic fucking beer you can make.
Yeah.
But it's my go-to any day I want. I love all the beers, but that's kind of one I always kind of crave.
Yeah.
And that's probably because they would crush 10 or 12 and trying to keep up with them. And you're like, I can't keep drinking my double or anything that's big and try to keep up with it. It's not going to happen. I'll pass out and fall asleep. So that beer was designed for her parents, and that's why I love them. They actually got me my first beer kit, a little Mr. Beer kit. That's what I started.
Yeah.
Expanded from that to one of my friends was showed me Great Fermentations, and then I happened to live next to Tim Palmer. If you guys don't know that name, he's the Homebrewer of the Year 2 times now of state Indiana State champion. Phenomenal, but him and I live right next to each other.
Nice.
So between him and I, at one time when we were homebrewing together, we had 12 taps. So we would just
Holy
brew
moly.
and brew and brew every weekend. He was brewing. I think he was brewing the other day. I saw him open his door, and I saw a bunch of stuff out, so I know he was doing something. He's always churning out beer, and so was I. So we just learned off each other. We'd walk around the neighborhood with the beer, walking the dogs, talking about how to brew better beer, and that just got me into it. And that's what it's about.
What is he doing? I mean, does
He
he have
still-
any ambition to do outside? Or
As far as I know,
is
he
that a
doesn't.
hobby and that's all he wants?
It's a hobby, and I've asked him before I started working with Grand Junction and everything else. I was trying to coax him into doing something. I built this system that's in my house that I'd never fucking used yet. It's a huge system. I bought all the Blickman shit, so it's great. I have the Tower Power plus 320,000 BTU burners. I mean, it can do
Holy
3
moly.
barrels is what I designed it for.
Oh shit!
So that was my pilot. I built that, and I was trying to get
never used
I
it.
never used it because I got picked up there at Grand Junction.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So
and
it's
this is
for-
my
it's
brewery.
for
So
sale.
I was like, it can be sale. It can
It's
be.
for
I know.
sale, guys.
I know. My wife would like to sell it.
I was just say, shit, what the hell out of there?
I'm gonna
I
watch you
did-
talk to your good friends over here at the Blind Pig Confessions.
I did pay 10. I'm offering 7 for it. That's fine.
Hey, well, it sounds like between him and Tim, if you live in the neighborhood, they're going to keep you drunk.
Oh,
Yeah.
they will keep
Yeah.
you drunk.
So what neighborhood is this?
That's what I always did.
I'm at least trick or treating in that neighborhood.
Please do, because it was fun, this trick or treat. It was hilarious. Everybody had a fucking beer in their hand. It was great. It was awesome. You walk around, you're like, hey, all right, yeah, adult beverage. There you go.
There it is.
Had 3 of my kids out there. And
Kids
it
are
was
gone. You
great.
don't even notice.
Yeah. Where did he go? Oh,
It doesn't matter. There's more beer.
he knows what our house looks like. We're okay.
He's been here a time or 2.
He's got a cell phone. He's got the number.
So that's what I'm saying. That type of community that we have, just growing up, for me at least, getting into the scene, getting everything else. That's what it's about. I mean, it's all about helping.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I definitely agree with that.
And you and John both, like, was that before you guys even met? Because you said the same thing, and I heard John say the same thing when we talked to him at the festival, liking
going
that
back to the
stripped down
the
basic.
stripped down version.
You know
And
what?
that's
you know,
actually before we
beer
met.
at its basic and but beautiful. And
There was a brewer before me. They opened up. As Grand Junction, we opened up April of 2014. So we opened up in 2014. The other brewer, Luke, had another job. It's kind of like more of anything. It's a passion for him. He worked at a brew pub up in Chicago, and I can't remember what the name of it was now, but basically he wanted to do it here. But his main money was at the other place, and if that's your main money, you got to do what you got to do for your family. I mean, I'm never going to step in front of your family. I just happen to have a family that understood how crazy I am.
You married right.
And I did marry right, and I love my wife to death because of that, because she's been through a lot with this, and I quit a nice cushy job to make beer for a living, and it's been very tough and daunting, but it's been fun.
Yeah.
And but yeah, it's I met him basically because he left, and they were looking for a head brewer, and the other partner in the company actually came in at Great Fermentations, like, do you know of any professional brewers, because they're in need, and that's actually when at that point, like seven other brewers decided to already leave and move. They already did their move, and I'm like, actually, no, they already did their move. They have already planted roots in other places. So, no. And then he came back a week later. I'm like, let me get this straight. So the guy wasn't brewing 2 weeks ago, and now you came last week. Now you're 4 weeks without beer. I know you need beer. Here's my information. Let me give it to you. And I came in, had an interview, and Jon and I just hit it off right away. I mean, he asked me one question, and how confident. I go, I'm very fucking confident I can make the beer. Let's go. Let's just have fun. And there was trials in the beginning, but it was I got to stand behind that man there, and he let me have the key to the place and just kind of just go and have fun and make it my own.
Yeah.
And it's kind of one of those. That's why I love being here, part of this, because it is like I started it in the beginning.
Yeah.
Even though I was off by 3 months, it was still
Right.
I was there. I was there in the beginning, and it makes me feel at home. And everything I put out is for that. That's why I do it.
But you got to take a lot of pride in that. You're already, after 2 years, getting into a new, bigger facility. And
it's
you
crazy.
have these people in here that love this beer. And
it's crazy,
coming
the
back.
growth. The growth alone is crazy. Just what we're doing here with the locals, everybody here in Wesfield that do love us, and they come out day after day, week after week, and support us. And I love it. I love seeing that. I like seeing that type of support, at least from the community, because that's where you win kind of at the end.
Yeah.
If you have a great base, if you win over your base and everybody enjoys you, the sky's the limit at that point.
Yeah.
You just keep going. And,
So what is the limit? I mean, what's the, you guys said and beyond during that during the VIP meeting. So I mean, what is the goal? What is
so Jon and I don't have that that far vision.
There's no.
We just know
no
that we want to make beer. We want to put it out there and see where it goes, and we want to have that dictate our growth. If our growth was just a pub, we would still be there.
It'd be happy
and be fine. But we looked at each other. It ain't good enough. And that's what we looked at. We went over to the 2,000 square foot. I pumped out 15 taps worth of beer, and still wasn't good enough. We're like, okay, well, where do you want to go from here? Well, let's go. So it's kind of that growth. Find out what we can do, and find happiness. And we're both happy. I'm happy as hell, and I know Jon is too. I know this build out's killing him. Just from the sheer number and the sheer thing. I know if you read through the Indiana Business Journal, there's a notation that we kind of chuckled at the other day. It was like, it's an obscene number, but he won't give the number of what he put in. But the guy put in so much money into this. We're, as far as I know, we're one of the breweries that are in the black. We're not in the red. We don't have debt.
Right.
We are living ourselves. This is it. We're bringing it in hand over fist and doing it this way. That way, then we know we're not leveraged to anybody.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah.
We're leveraged to ourselves.
Yeah.
And I know a few other breweries that do it, and I applaud them because it is a daunting task.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, Jon, Shawn mentioned it. Jon's put some money in. But the thing is that, Jon's put money in, but Jon's also busted his ass over there.
Dude, he's put a lot of time.
Jon's literally almost broke his back.
A couple times.
Building this new facility.
This will be the third time he's done it.
Yeah, once again, being a bit of a whore. It's very nice to be at a place where the investors and all the money are seen every single day.
Right.
There's not, 20 different people all with different ideas with their hand in there. There's 2 to 3 people that are around every single day and get it. That Shawn hit it on the head. It's very different from me. I was production, and now I'm coming back down almost to brew pub that is starting to, throw a little bit of a bone out there and see how much production can we do, because that's the thing, like Shawn said, everything has been organically driven. Nothing has been forced.
Right.
And I think that's a difference, man, from what I've seen in this industry and been a part of. Not forcing it, man. Letting it come to
Letting
you
it happen.
is, you guys know. You guys have been to places, you've seen it.
Yeah.
You've seen it go great, you've seen it go bad. We all have, and to be somewhere where it organically comes, people are there. The people that are there day to day are the people that are putting their money in. It's a very, very nice thing to be a part of.
Yeah. You can feel that passion.
Definitely
Exactly.
a different vibe, yeah.
And that's what it's about, man. Everybody's excited. Everybody wants to make beer. Everybody wants to make good beer. And the goal for all of us is to make sure that whoever walks in the door walks out happy or wants to go tell somebody about what the hell they just experienced.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's happening.
Clearly, because you guys are packed on a night that you're not supposed to be open.
And as soon as they unlock the door,
Oh, yeah.
they're like zombies walking.
Yep.
Yep. I missed that because
Yeah.
I had to go get my 3 kids.
Yeah, first guys, because you know we're early, but doors were unlocked. So
Yeah, right?
just came in.
It appears as
Somebody
though-
did come over and say, "Hey, do you guys want pulled pork?" And I was like, "Yeah."
You got afraid
I
of
mean,
food. Just hold on.
Pretty much, yeah.
What's that weird stuff in front of you?
Well, do we all kind
It
of want
does
to take
not
a
look like
break,
beer.
refill up on beer, and
Yes.
fill up on a little bit
We
of
got about
pulled
10 minutes
pork?
left, so we'll just take a quick break and come back
Yeah,
to it.
perfect. All right.
What's the best way to make it through a long work week? Take a midweek break and join the fun every Wednesday night at Alley's Ale House in Fishers for Nico's Open Stage. Want to share your talent in front of a live audience? Whether it's breaking in some new material or jamming out to some favorites, Nico's Open Stage is the place to go for it. There's never a cover charge, and walk-ins are always welcome. Each week brings a featured artist and drink specials from Jack Daniels. Check out Nico's Open Stage on Facebook for more details. And come join the fun every Wednesday night at Alley's Ale House, home of the boys of Blind Pig Confessions.
Oh, good Lord, that food was good.
Yes, it was.
So
it
wait a
went down
minute.
fast.
He said, "Cowboy, bring us back." He starts the show with, "Hey, and we're back," but he comes back from a break with, "Man, that was good."
I know, right? He confuses
Well, if I started
me.
out with, "Man, that was good," the show would have went downhill from there.
No, it wouldn't have.
Oh, my bad.
I will point out for the food, though, that I absolutely hate coleslaw with a passion. Hate it.
Really?
And I love this. I ate, the whole thing, which has never happened to me in my life. I've never eaten a whole thing of coleslaw.
You put that on the pulled pork.
Oh, I just ate it. It was good.
Oh, it was
Either way,
really good.
awesome,
It was really
so.
solid, but
There's actually 2 ways to eat pulled pork.
with coleslaw and without.
Well, actually, there's more than 2. Truth be told, there's more than 2. But traditionally, obviously, you want to eat it naked. I mean,
Yeah,
we serve it with barbecue sauce on the side intentionally.
Yeah.
Because we think our rub's good enough that
It was
you don't have
amazing.
to.
Yeah.
You don't have to combine.
Oh,
it
the
with
smoke!
That,
The smoke on that was
but
fantastic.
if you want to, I mean, we're
dipped
not.
a couple.
We don't judge.
less, but no, I wanted that pulled pork because it was
Yeah,
the flavor
thank
was
you.
there. It was amazing. And of course, we're speaking with Jon.
I guess when I came back, I should have introed that, huh?
They should have. We do have the owner with us for the last few minutes anyway. You've been entertaining the crowd out here tonight, which is great. We talked about the beginning of the show as we couldn't believe it was just so cool to see these VIP members here tonight, and what you guys are giving back to them, and how they give you. You said you had a couple of them that are actually working on a new facility. That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's something that we believe heavily in. As I mentioned, like you guys heard when we opened up the event tonight, it wasn't obviously on the show, but we are only as good as the people that support us, and we understand that our success now and our future success depends heavily on the support we receive from the community, but also our VIP members. And it's really cool. We had several of those members reach out to us and say, hey, we want to be a part of this. We want to be a part of, not only do we want to be Junction Club members and so forth, but we want to help with the build-out. We want to be a part of that process. So we're definitely blessed in that regard.
You letting them put their hands in the concrete?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, their names, it's going to be all over the new facility.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah, it's cool stuff.
Cowboy, you want to put a mushroom stamp on there, do you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Get in line.
A couple more of these Imperial Stouts, and who knows what I'm going to do.
Speaking of the Imperial Stout, I got to say, so far, let me back up. So far tonight, I started with the Dark Road, which was a phenomenal beer. Very creamy, really sweet, very, very good, strong, solid porter. I switched to Imperfect Backside, another stout, just enough dryness in there, sweetness and dryness in there that it was good. I really enjoyed it. And then I moved on to the Radio Moscow, which, holy shit, I can't say enough good things about this one.
Oh, yeah.
It's
got
amazing.
Nice, yeah, it's really nice peppery finish.
Yeah.
It starts out really chocolatey, really bittery, and then finishes peppery. It's fantastic.
It's an amazing beer. You guys are doing some phenomenal things with beer and with food, with the food we had tonight. So
Yeah, thank you.
We got to let you guys know that. So.
Yeah, thank you for that. I mean, one of the things that, from day one with Grand Junction, that is something that's really important to us is it's the foundation is it's all about the beer. So we start with the beer. We made sure that obviously the beer that's getting produced here obviously needs to be of a high quality, needs to be excellent beer, and I think as you guys have experienced tonight, the product kind of speaks for itself. Mm-hmm. We've gotten the awards as well, just in two short years to back it up. Shawn's done an amazing job on the brewing side. So the intention early on was to open up a brewery, and we ran into some situations here in the city of Wesfield where we were informed that we had to open up a restaurant as well to do what we were doing a few years ago. So we became restaurateurs real quick. And so if you have excellent beer, you got to back it up. You got to back it up with damn good food too. So we were fortunate enough to bring in a hell of a kitchen manager. Brandon Bauer has done a great job for us back there, and he's knocking it out of the park. And one of the things that we're really interested in doing from here, we've introduced some things that are very European focused. That's my background.
Right.
The fish and chips that are on the menu. My grandfather ran a fish and chip shop over in England for 30 years. That's his recipe. My great grandfather ran a pub over there called the Crown Inn. There's some heritage there, but we want to make sure that not only do we have the fish and chips on the menu, we're going to start doing, for example, like German potatoes. We roll out tonight.
They're awesome.
We're going to start doing some things like there's going to be some bangers and mash. There's going to be some haggers. I mean, we're going to do all kinds of stuff that's very, very European focused on the menu, but staying very very traditional to style pub food as well. So I think we're in a great position right now where we have phenomenal beer. We got great beer. Obviously, I'm clearly biased, but I also think we're complementing that with very good food as well. So I think we got a unique proposition for people.
So you weren't on the beginning of the show, but when we talked about describing to our listeners, because obviously they're not here to see it, when you walk in, we said it has a very much an English pub style feel, a very friendly English pub feel when you walk in.
Yeah.
It's like you feel like your family as soon as you walk through the door.
Yeah.
Everybody here, it's great, and the place is it's very cozy, it's very nice, it's very much that kind of a feel to it, and I love it. I mean, I love the way it feels in here.
Thank you, and that's intentional. I mean, we wanted that. It's like that old pair of sneakers.
Yeah.
You combine Cheers with that old pair of sneakers and great craft beer and good quality pub food, and that's kind of what we're trying to. It's what we're trying to do here, and I think we're pretty close at this point.
Knocked out of the park, I think.
Yeah,
and
I know
it shows with your VIP people. I mean, as many VIPs as you had tonight.
Yeah.
For a VIP only night, and there was not an open seat in the house.
Yeah.
That says a lot about what you guys are doing right there.
Yeah. Thank you.
And how far in advance did you promote this VIP tonight?
We didn't give them much notice. Quite honestly,
I noticed, and that's what I'm kind of.
We may have given them about a week, maybe.
Yeah, we were afraid to make an event page because, they're closed. We really can't put an event page out there and have people. And
just
then you put it out, so they go, "This is perfect," and it was packed. So
and sadly, cool. I'm really happy we didn't because you guys packed this place just with your VIP members. I mean, it's insane.
Definitely didn't need us, but we had your beer for the first time at the Noblesville Brewfest, and after the show or after the festival, we had all talked about some of the beers that were there are a lot of great beers out there. There's so many great breweries in the town, but the one that stood out to us was Grand Junction and Forte Ray as well. That coffee blonde was amazing.
Oh, sure.
And
they're doing great things over there.
They really are making really good beer. Brian's amazing, and they're making some great beer there. But the Grand Junction, the stuff you guys had, we all we gotta get up there. we don't care how long we got to wait to get in there. We
Yeah,
get in there
and,
'cause the beer is phenomenal.
And the bottom line is all those kudos as far as the beer and the product that gets put there on tap. All those kudos go back to Shawn and what he's done as the head brewer here. And obviously now we brought Mike on board, and I'm looking forward to what the future holds for Grand Junction. My job, obviously, as an owner of the company, is to handle all the legal BS and all the paperwork and all the city shit and all that kind of stuff, and deal with excise and deal with the filings and everything that is under the umbrella of that, right? And there's a lot of shit under that umbrella. So I do that. And then whether it's funding and money and financing and so forth. And that's the beauty of what we're doing here is we have very clear delineated roles at Grand Junction where that's my role. That's what I do. Shawn and now Mike, they're in charge of brewing, and they're in charge of putting the best product to tap. Best product to tap not only here at the pub, at our new location, the second location we're going to open up here in Wesfield, but also then distributed throughout central Indiana and beyond. Right. So that is what they're accountable for, is to produce the best quality product they can possibly produce, make sure distribution channels are open and adequate, let me handle all the other BS, and life's good from there. I mean, that's kind of the way these roles work. And then we got guys here.
We like it.
And then we got guys here, obviously at the brew pub, that are running the show here, whether it's the GM, whether it's the assistant managers, kitchen managers, and all that kind of stuff. They do their thing, and they do it very well. So I think we're, like I said, right now I think we're obviously starting from a pretty good point. We've reached a pretty good point, I should say.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. We're excited.
Yeah, well, you can see. I mean, you can see the passion, excitement from everybody that we've met tonight. Yeah. And we've met you guys before, but Mike, he talked about the passion he could see and he felt when he came in here. Yeah. And it's known. You can see it from the members that are here. It's great.
I mean, we're definitely ready to kick ass and take names, and that's the bottom line.
Yeah.
We're looking to conquer the world, and it's one of those things where we think we got the right people in place. Building a team is hard work, but I think we've built one hell of a team here, and I think we're like I said, I think we're ready to, obviously take on the world and do what we're going to do and have fun doing it.
You're definitely out of bubble gum.
What's that?
You're definitely out of bubble gum.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, you got our full support. We'll be pushing the shit out of this place.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys are fantastic.
Doing killer things. Yeah, absolutely.
So
thank you.
We're about out of time on this show, but again, thank you guys so much for inviting us out here and letting us be a part of your VIP night. We really appreciate it. Our listeners tune in because they want to hear about the new places that maybe they haven't been to yet either. Sure. So when we come into a place, we like to be able to sample the beers, tell them a little bit about the place. And I'm going to tell our listeners personally, if you have not been to Grand Junction, you need to get to Grand Junction. They will not be disappointed. You guys are doing great things all around, and I can't say anything else about it. It was phenomenal. It was a great evening. Guys, what else do you have?
Killer beer, solid food,
great
support staff, and a great community. I mean, I think you guys got it all. So,
all right. Do you guys have anything else you want to say?
For those that have not been, like you said, to Grand Junction, come on out, see us. You're not going to be disappointed. We'd love to have you here. We'd love to have you join our Junction Club VIP. It's a great club to be a part of. You get 4 or 5 different events throughout the year that you can attend that are private events. You get, obviously, samples, beer. You get free, food on the house, all that kind of good stuff.
A number of different, very good beer. Yeah.
A number of different benefits. So come on out. If you haven't seen us, come on out. We'd love to have you here, and definitely look forward to it.
$2 off growlers at all time. That's
all the time. $2 off growlers, $1 off pints always. Yep. Discounted tickets to VIP events throughout the year, whether it's Winterfest, whether it's Summerfest, whatever. We do that. We also throw our own craft beer and music festival every year. It's called Rock the Junction.
Oh, nice.
So Junction Club members get first dibs on those tickets. They also get VIP tickets for general admission prices. They get their money back. So,
do you guys have any events coming up soon? That
we have Rock the Junction. Actually, appreciate you bringing that up. I think it's a great segue. We got Rock the Junction coming up on May 20th.
Oh, that's
May
right
20th. That is our Wesfield, Indiana Craft Beer Festival. We'll have 20 other breweries here. We'll have 3 or 4 rock bands, food vendors, you name it. We're actually going to fill Union Street right here. It'll be the second one we've done. Last year, or I should say this year, was actually the first annual. But next year will be the second event. We're looking at about 1,500 people to 2,000 people coming to attend, so it'll be a good event.
Well, I think we need to have you guys on before that again and
so.
push the hell out of that again.
Hell yeah,
maybe
we'd love to
April
promote
or,
it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
well,
hell, if you
you'll
have us,
definitely
we'll
see
be
us
here.
at Winterfest.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sounds good. Well, and just thinking about this club, I just did I'm not very good at math, but I did this in my head. I'm thinking,
Not carry not.
Shit, if I buy one growler a week for a year, I actually made money by buying.
Yeah,
The
not
club.
only is it so you can just pick one line item like you did.
Yeah.
Just that alone.
Just that. And then you go $1 off pints, 10% off food always.
Yes.
10% off of merchandise, discounted tickets. You come here, we guarantee that you're going to at least get 4 private events. And this year we did 7, by the way.
I was gonna
We
say, it was a
guaranteed
lot. It was a
4.
lot.
We did 7 this year.
Damn.
So we actually underestimate it. And when you come, you're going to get a free pint, you're going to get dinner, and you're going to get samples. So even if you took the free pint and dinner, call it $15 right there.
Yeah.
And we did 7 of them this year.
You already paid for it.
Okay, you already
That's
paid for it with just the
amazing.
events, and we're
Amazing.
giving you $1 off every time you walk in for a pint, $2 off a growler. I mean, the list goes on.
Exactly.
It's well worth it for obviously for that club that we do. So
Perfect.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, once again, thanks for coming on the show. We appreciate it. We appreciate you guys having us out here,
Oh, yeah.
and hopefully we'll have you guys back on the show here again soon.
sounds great.
Cheers, guys. Thanks.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
She used to drive a Grand Am that was black, 100 miles from her house there and back. Big curly hair and a blue jean skirt. Back then she wore a Bon Jovi t-shirt. Well, my Terry Ann, my Terry Ann, my Terry Ann. Well, she never was a fool. She graduated from secretary school, got a good job in Chicago. Her and her sister Joanne, who we call Joe, yeah. My Terry Ann, my Terry Ann, my Terry Ann, my Terry Ann. A city girl from a small, small town. I swear I've never seen that woman wear a frown. She wears a smile wherever she goes, and how I got that girl, well, God only knows. But my Terry Ann, my Terry Ann, my Terry Ann, my Terry Ann. Come on! She used to drive a Grand Am that was black, 100 miles from her house there and back. Big curly hair in a blue jean skirt. Back then she wore a Springsteen t-shirt.